I see you're starting with the Navy, the Air Force, and then Arms Corps. How did you arrive, firstly, at the order of this list?
Good evening, and thank you very much. I think the order was more dictated by the terms of reference as they are. If you may recall, the first term of reference deals with the rationale behind the procurement of this package. And the second term of reference deals with the issue of whether the arms and that have been acquired are underutilized or not utilized at all. And obviously the best placed departments to articulate those positions is the Department of Defense. Hence we have started with them.
Right, I presume you'll furnish us with the names of the Arms Corps representatives at a later stage, but I do notice the two arch critics of the process, Terry Crawford Brown and Richard Young, are not on that list. When will they be called to testify?
Actually, those fall under the categories of what have been termed whistleblowers. And obviously, they made allegations, including other people, and it falls under the term of reference when we'll be dealing with allegations of corruption and all sorts of allegations that have been made. So all the people that made those allegations will be covered when we come to that particular stage. And
some critics of the Commission say they're only going to be conveniently interviewed after next year's election.
I don't think that is it's correct, in the sense that, remember, once we start the process on the 5th, people will be even allowed to do cross-examination after the, consulting with the chairperson. So the hearings will be open to the public and people will be allowed to do cross-examination. So it's not correct that we are trying in one way or another to put witnesses in terms of influence by either politics or whatever. That's not the aim of the Commission.
Your statement goes on to say it's important to note that the program is not cast in stone and that circumstances prevailing at the hearings may require that it be adapted or altered. What type of circumstances are you referring to?
Remember, during processes like cross-examination, it might come out that the allegations are made seriously about a certain person that was not featuring in the first phase. And obviously the chairperson and the commissioners would apply their minds on that, guided by also the evidence leaders, and they might decide to bring forth certain witnesses that might have been scheduled to appear later. But also the issue of the presentations by different people might, in fact, contribute towards a situation where we might not need the evidence of another person who's on the list. So that would be some of the issues that would be canvassed during the hearings.
This commission it's 2 years since it was announced, I think, if I'm correct. How much money have you spent so far?
I think we are still within our allocated budget of 40 million that was allocated to the Commission. But maybe I should also indicate that though the proclamation was made for a period of 2 years, but we didn't start immediately after that. Remember, there were other logistical processes and administrative processes of setting up the Commission. So I think we lost close to 6 months.
You say that you think you're within budget. There are some reports, no doubt you've seen them, that you've run out of cash and that you're planning on asking government for more money. Is that true?
As I've indicated, we are still within the allocated budget that carries us until the proclaimed term of the Commission. Obviously, if we have to then go beyond the allocated term, that would have implications also on the financial muscle of the Commission. And then obviously when we reach that stage, we would appropriately take the proper steps.
At this point, you can put on the record now that there are no immediate plans for the Arms Deal Commission to ask government for more money.
For the allocated term, yes, until the end of November, we are still within our budget.
All right. Let me just remind you of one other thing. January this year, you'll remember, the senior investigator Norman Mwabi resigned. He accused the Commission of having a double agenda. You rejected that. Just remind us again, what is your agenda?
I think the proclamation very clear. It's very clear, and the terms of reference very clear, and the directives as have been issued. And we want the public to take us into confidence, as the chairperson has indicated previously, that we have no any other agenda except to do what has been proclaimed by Parliament. And
yet a senior member of the
public,
commission accused you of having a double agenda. I wonder what he meant.
I think that was an allegation that he made. And we didn't want to enter much into what made him to make that allegation, but we responded openly, and all our processes are open to scrutiny. So it's very simple for any person to make his or her mind to say, is the commission doing what is supposed to be done? As it's very clear that it will be open to the public. Hence, we have also made our list public for any person to see if ever there is any reason for any person to accuse.
Right, just a final one, and very quickly, aside from Trevor Manuel, I also see that Thabo Mbeki will be called to testify. What other current sitting members of government are also going to be asked to testify?
I might not give the names now, as that will be dictated by the information that will be canvassed during the hearings, who is implicated and who will be called. But I can indicate that that list is not the only list. We still have another list that we are going to issue as we approach another phase.
Arms Deal Commission spokesperson live in Pretoria for Newsnight, William Baloyi, thank you very much for joining us.
News that moves. eNCA.com.